His outfit was not box worthy.
Sushi calls and sweaty balls. This is Scotch Sporting.
How are you? How are you, gentlemen, this week?
Pretty good.
Mark, are you stressed?
About the Bruins game, yeah.
About the Bruins game? Why are you stressed about the Bruins game?
They were in my 5-unit play and they're down 2-0.
Oh.
No. By the way, I saw a clip on Twitter, which I refuse. I will never call X ever in my whole life.
Yeah.
Did I see who's playing net for the Leafs tonight?
Samsonov.
Did I see him stop a 2-on-0?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Like, and they had 3 shots. They got 3 shots off.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This was the start. I was listening to the radio that if Samsonov didn't start tonight, it was like they've clearly lost faith in him. Right? Like this was going to be if the front office is done with you, if they still ran with Martin Jones.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about him, Mark? Is he a goalie of the future or is he a stopgap?
Oh, he's a stopgap. That's why they only signed him to a 1-year deal. His home away splits last year were like night and day. It's the same thing this year. So,
and what's happening with Martin Jones? Just one of those random really good years for him?
I mean, he's always been like solid, not great. He had 31 wins last year with Seattle. People forget that. But he had a high goals against average and like a mediocre save percentage. That's why, they didn't re-sign him. But in a pinch, he's,
good enough.
For a couple of games. Yeah.
I
Especially
thought
when you're so tight strapped against the cap, you take what you can get. And for him, at minimum wage, we'll take it.
Chris, I thought you were going to say you saw a video on Twitter that was just Trump rambling incoherently, because that seems to be what it is right now.
Yeah.
Like Nikki Haley.
Man.
Nikki Haley.
You gave her all the security on January 6th and she didn't take it.
Yeah. What? Like what?
Then there was one the other day about where we were in a death penalty zone or something. Like it made absolutely no sense.
And okay, and so just to bring in the other side, because if you listen to Biden talk, it's the same
are you
shit.
both siding this?
I'm just saying, can they get someone to run for president who's maybe less than the age of retirement? I'm just saying.
But when Biden talks, and he talks coherently,
I know. I've seen cherry picked clips, for sure. It's all cherry picked. Yeah. But listen, these guys, I'm not confident that either one of these guys will serve a full term after they're elected in 2024. Either one of them. And because they're old and they might die is what I mean. Yeah. And not by an assassin.
I think that was my prognostication.
Right. Yes, that was yours.
Oh, there's a delay.
Oh, no.
And what?
She's got a delay, I think.
Speaking of X, my phone auto-updated finally.
Oh, shit. You still had the Twitter logo?
I had the bird still. On my old iPhone, it's still there. Yeah. But on the new one, I saw the cloud, download logo on that. I'm like, no.
Oh, no. You got a new phone?
No, same one. It's just, for some reason, the Twitter logo had to
had to update.
It makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
Because it popped up before, I'm like, no, denied. Keeping the bird.
I am not updating. I don't care if it's security flawed to hell. Yeah.
Because
I'm back, but I think I'm still delayed.
Are you delayed? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think there's a delay.
Audio's fine. It's just the video is
okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
You just weren't moving.
Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, your videos are delayed, and it's Mark slowly just leaning back for me.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh.
Is it? It's very weird. I don't like it. Oh, wow. The video is so behind. This is so distracting.
Oh, that's weird.
I think it's only on your end because you seem fine on my end, anyways. You and Chris.
I think you're back. I think everybody is back now.
Yes. Let's go.
This is exciting. Yes, I believe I had Joe Biden not making it to the end.
Right.
As one of my prognostications.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Trump might not even get it. It could be Nikki Haley. Not that that's much better.
Did you see the exit polls for that New Hampshire?
Well, he won by double digits, right?
Yeah, 12 points still.
Yeah.
And 7 out of 10 Nikki Haley voters said they wouldn't vote for Trump in the general election.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think has been my prediction of what's going to happen is I don't think Trump has enough votes to win. I don't think there's moderate Republicans that are going to be like, I'll vote for Biden. I think they just won't vote.
Right.
And good luck trying to get the independents to vote for you if Republicans won't vote for Trump. Yeah.
This is probably going to be one of the most interesting elections of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's just it's crazy that the Republicans
are unpopular with their own.
Right. And it's crazy that the Republicans are marching out a loser.
Yeah. Again.
He lost.
Every poll shows if Nikki Haley is your nominee, she dominates Biden.
He lost, and his things that the ripple effects are wildly unpopular.
Yeah.
At all of the lower levels, they're overturning the Roe v. Wade's. That they're restoring rights again. Historically unpopular policies.
The UAW just endorsed Biden today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Biden put out a little ad showing all the promises that Trump made about manufacturing jobs not being lost, not losing the plant, versus to what actually happened.
Right. Trump lied? What? No, I can't believe it.
Alternative facts.
When he was elected for the first time, I was genuinely depressed.
I remember. And I remember telling you not to worry about it because it's not that big a deal.
You said it wouldn't happen.
Well, the biggest that was the most shocking night of my life. I could not believe that it was happening. The problem is after it happened, I'm like, listen, if I lived in the States, I would have voted for Trump, and it would have been because it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with policies or anything. It's just this is hilarious. And then afterwards, it's oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I genuine depression that if he gets elected this time,
mm-hmm.
it is the garbage man episode of The Simpsons when they elect Homer and then Steve Martin's character does the speech you're all screwed, goodbye. First time genuine depression, because it's how did you fall for this, Americans? This is going to be really bad for you. I'm so sorry about everything that's going to happen. If you do it again,
and then you know what happens here next year? Then fucking Milhouse gets elected.
Oh yeah.
Milhouse is getting elected. He is getting elected. Milhouse is going to win.
It's likely going to be a minority government, as always.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, there are enough people that are sick of Trudeau that I think, and it's not going to be we're voting for Milhouse. It's we're voting out Trudeau, and that's the way we do it in Canada, anyways. We don't vote for the guy; we vote out the old guy. The only reason Trudeau won is because we didn't want fucking Harper anymore.
NDP needs someone else then.
Well, they needed Jack Layton to not die.
That would have been.
He would have been the only. He's the only one that could have done it.
Jagmeet is awesome,
and I like. Fine. Yeah, he's fine.
I like him. I just, if you can read between the lines, I don't think he'll ever get a popular Canadian vote.
Is there a reason why?
I don't, no real reason, no actual justifiable reason.
Right. But
maybe Jagmeet's name was Jack, and his last name was Singh.
Yeah, maybe instead of Jagmeet Singh, it was Jack Smith. Jack Singer.
Jack Singer.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
And if these people also never saw a photograph of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
But with the liberty, things are obviously split in Canada too, kind of swinging left and right, and that moderate liberal is changing in Canada. Can you imagine if you had like a young, hot, Jack leading the NDP? I don't know. It sucks. It really sucks. I hate our also racist country.
I just don't understand why, like, the Conservatives, who the guy they had before Milhouse, what was his fucking name?
Aaron O'Toole?
No, after Aaron O'Toole was
there was something after?
Yeah, it was like it started with an S. Scheer or something. Andrew Scheer.
Oh.
Okay.
Right?
He might have been. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he sucked. And it's just like the Conservative Party is so stupid. You keep getting these fucking Nimrods.
I was going to say, they need to do opposite NDP.
Exactly. What they need to do is they need to get someone young. Like, listen, Poilievre's young, so that's fine. And he's good at quipping. Right?
But so he looks like a narc.
Exactly. You need someone like him.
Draw the human representation of a narc.
Right.
You draw Poilievre.
Right. With the glasses, but they've made him get rid of the glasses now, which didn't help, by the way. Did not help.
Shows weakness.
So if they could get someone like him, but didn't look like a dweeb, they would be crushing, right? Like, it would be over.
Well, let's be real. Trudeau didn't get in on his smarts and policy.
Nope.
He got in on his good looks
and his name.
Yeah.
And people hating Harper.
And people hating Harper.
Yeah. You're right, Chris. We just vote out the guy before. Mm-hmm. There's no like, you're genuinely a better candidate. Nope, it's like, no, we're just sick of this guy.
That's Canadian politics, and that's why we need term limits. Because that's what ends up happening is where we're not voting for the better candidate. We're just like, this guy, get him out of here. And really, okay. I'm not an anti-Trudeau guy. I just want to say that before I say this. Because, like, I'm probably not voting Liberal the next time. And the main reason, I just don't want to see the fuck Trudeau signs anymore. I'm just sick of it.
I'm anti-Trudeau, but not in the, like, I'm going to go march on the Capitol and demand I don't get a vaccine way.
Right.
I'm anti-Trudeau in the sense that he has multiple blackface photos of him.
And lots of corruption stuff going on. I mean,
and a ton of corruption, and he's not
good
smart. So that's like, I don't like him either. But I don't
how
ever want.
How are you gonna break up with that hot wife, by the way? What are you doing? She's a smoke show.
Maybe it was her decision.
Well, then he did something wrong. So I'm just saying.
He obviously cheated on her.
You think that's the case?
Did you see Barron the Trump, like you said with that photo on Twitter?
What's that?
In the chat? You sent that photo of
oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Castro's grandson.
Is Trump winning the Republican nomination?
Oh, 100%.
I still stuff with my prediction of Haley.
And you have who did you have in the election? Then
I'm winning. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You think if it's Nikki, and that's my only I kind of want it to be Trump then, because if it's Trump, he'll lose for sure. If it's Haley, I don't know.
Well,
if it's Haley, yeah, I don't know if Biden wins.
I don't know. Who's Trump's running mate now? Any further predictions?
I'm sticking with my Aaron Rodgers.
Mark?
Sticking with Don Jr.
I don't know. I think that Tim Scott guy.
Oh my God. Did you see him blow him hard?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, you are gunning for this vice president position.
Vivek's also gunning for it too, right?
Yeah.
But he won't pick Vivek.
I think maybe Trump doesn't like him as much because he took his campaign further. I don't know. I feel like he'll pick one of them because they'd be like, look, a black person.
Yeah.
Now black people will like me.
That's how it works.
That is how it works.
Yeah.
Well, again, according to Nikki Haley, she is not racist. She's not racist because her state has famous Black people in it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not forget, she also sucks. She wants to take away your rights, ladies.
I mean,
and gays.
They all suck.
They do all suck.
They all suck.
Okay, well, this was a Wing It Wednesday. Let's get back to sports because we do have 3-ish big things to talk about.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk depressing sex scandals?
Let's keep that to, or do you want to get it out of the way?
I thought you were going to say, let's keep the good time rolling.
Nah, yeah, let's get it out of the way, and then we'll palate cleanse afterwards.
This is there was no better way to word it, but the way you worded it still just felt a little icky.
Sorry.
So we all know, because we've talked about it, that like Hockey Canada has been embroiled in a huge scandal regarding the 2018 World Juniors, where there was sexual assaults, incredible sexual assault allegations. And there was a lawsuit last year and it was found nothing was done about it. They had a specific funding just to cover up any of these lawsuits and allegations. Like, it was really it got to the point where the federal government was withholding funding. Sponsors were dropping from Hockey Canada. They seemed to have righted the ship a little bit, or people were forgetting about it. I mean, it's still a terribly toxically masculine organization, but we were kind of okay, you did the pretend thing.
Step in the right direction, maybe.
You put a lady on the board and you pretended you're progressive now. That's fine. Good for you guys. You tried something. And then when was that, Mark? Tweet from back in August?
Yeah, before the season. August 2nd.
Because before the season started, and a reporter posted, there are 5 specific players from the 2018 World Junior team under police investigation. I know their names, but I won't be releasing them until they're officially under arrest.
Right.
And I remember sharing this with you guys. Obviously Mark found it in the chat, and it was oh my God, this is. And I think we looked at the roster, and it was we kind of guessed who it could be based on, if you're kind of being that ooh, big story about it, it's obviously some of the bigger names. And then 2 days ago, Dubé went on mental health leave. He got an indefinite leave from the Flames, and I think it was met with a bit of a good for you.
Yeah.
For dealing with this.
Yeah.
Good job. Because he said mental health.
Right.
He's taking time to deal with his mental health. And then yesterday, Carter Hart got an indefinite leave of absence from his team. No explanation given.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I read the first, oh, he's one of the 5.
Right.
He was on the 2018 World Junior team. What other explanation for this is there? And then someone connected Dubé, also on the 2018 team. And then today it was well, who are the other 3? What is Frontenac? What's his name?
Yeah, Frontenac, Foot, and Cloud.
Was found out this morning he was playing in Switzerland, and he was released from a Swiss team and apparently on his way back to Canada. And
no explanation given.
No explanation given. And then Foot and McLeod had not been at a Devils team event last night, were not at practice this morning, and then it was just announced later this morning that they too are taking an indefinite leave of absence from the team. And what do all 5 of these men have in common?
They play hockey. Yeah!
They were all in the 2018 World Junior gold medal winning team.
Mm. Actually, I know what other thing all 5 of them have in common.
White.
No. They're
Privilege?
not going to play hockey ever again. Not professionally.
Oh. And I think I texted you guys. I did look it up. The Cal Foot is Adam Foot's son.
Yeah.
That's obviously sucks. You are destroyed.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a lady. We've yelled at this before. It goes without saying. The life of the victim is also destroyed.
Yes.
It goes without saying. This kid is destroyed his life, but also destroyed his father's legacy.
Yeah.
That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
So it's almost certain these are the 5 guys that were told. And then obviously 2 days ago, yesterday, it came out that the London police have issued a warrant for the arrest of 5 players. And that's when kind of all of the pieces started to fall into place of, these guys are all leaving their teams to turn themselves in to be arrested. Do you guys know, is this the same case as the lawsuit?
I would imagine it is.
It would have to be.
Or is this a different?
I don't think this is a different one, no.
Because you can, like, there's articles from when it happened. There's a CBC article I can send around. It's worth looking up. Because it's so, like, these guys clearly didn't think they did anything wrong.
Right.
And there also might be video, if this is the same case. So in the lawsuit, a couple of things that came out were it was with a girl and one player, which was consensual. And he took her back to the hotel room. They had sex. That was fully consensual. The 6 other teammates that he brought in afterwards was not consensual.
Jesus.
But supposedly she claims they have me on video forcing me to say I'm sober.
Wow.
So at the time, they knew what they were doing was wrong.
Ooh.
Ugh.
And they're stupid enough to take a video.
Because if she says she's sober, it's okay, guys.
Well, I mean,
The levels of dumb are insane. Yes, it's wrong. So I better record it.
I better record it with her lying.
I'm going to get her to say it isn't wrong. And still, it's just the thought to record your crime is so baffling.
Ridiculous.
And then
It can't be legal if I record it because it shows my innocence. Because
I'm
not that dumb.
I'm not that. But then the extra layer, recording your crime, and the extra layer of dumb of having someone claim that you're not criming them and thinking that's fine is also, oh my God.
That's like Trump level. Like,
yeah. But that's and that's the core of the issues with Hockey Canada. Like these guys are children. They should fucking know better, you know? But they're kids getting no support and no proper, guidance and they clearly get away with anything they want. My question
during orientation, like Hockey Canada said at the start of camp, okay, guys, we have a slush fund set up. So just so you know, anything happens, we got you.
Yeah.
Well, I will not name names, but I know someone that I have known for a very long time whose first kiss was with an OHL player that her parents were split up, housed, billeted.
Yeah.
Kids are kids and don't have families. They have to stay with families when they're like as young as like 10, I think.
Right.
For some of this OHL player was her first kiss. And as we grew up thinking about it, I think she was 11 maybe. And this guy was 14, 15, like
I don't like that.
And it's just one of those, we didn't think about how weird it was when we were that little, because he was a hockey player.
Right.
Anyways.
I don't like that at all.
My question for you guys, I apologize. I think I texted this, but it might have been in another chat. What did these teams know and when did they know it? For me is going to be the thing to follow. Because with Fortin, Broughton, Fronten, the one that no one knows,
Formenton,
was a senator. And apparently the Melnick daughter said, like, no, this guy is coming nowhere near my team. And
Good.
that's why he was bounced from the team. And then suspiciously, no other teams claimed him and picked him up. And then he was off playing in Switzerland. He wasn't terrible, right, Mark?
No, he was a second round pick, so he had, some upside to his.
So people people knew.
Yeah.
People knew something.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Senators knew at some point.
Yep.
What about the Devils?
The Devils had to have known.
The Flyers
had Flames, all these teams knew. And the Oilers are clamoring at the, they're like, when can we sign these guys?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris. That I know you were very proud of that joke.
I was.
It was all over Reddit. Any thread that was about this was like, well, the Oilers just got 5 new starters. I don't know. How do you think this is what's next for this? Are we gonna get their names confirmed?
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as they
because isn't that there's some weird loophole, something, because our justice system is both awesome and weird that if they committed it as minors, they might not be able to be named.
Right. Like we all already know.
If they committed as minors and are being charged.
Right, because the Young Offenders Act, right?
Under the Young Offenders Act, they technically won't be able to be named.
Here's the thing. If it's 3 months later and Carter Hart is still not playing hockey, and Dylan Dubé and Foot and McLeod, I don't know. ACAS would be pretty easily.
Right, but then those records are also sealed, I believe. Like even after you're an adult, like that shit's like sealed.
Yeah.
So like there is a potential where like you said, they don't get named, and then these guys are they do their time and come back and play hockey because. And also because the Young Offenders Act is kind of lenient, right? Like how long do these guys go to jail for if it's young offenders?
That's the thing. If they get charged as minors under the Young Offenders Act, they might not even be looking at jail time.
Right. Oh.
I think what you said about
and then for sure, if they're not named, they're for sure ending up in Edmonton. Like it's not even a joke anymore. It's actual fact.
Oh yeah, that was the other. Okay, so I think Carter Hart
about the Senators was right, because last time Forman played in the NHL was 21-22 season. It was his first full season with the club. Scored 18 goals and 32 points. So with a young prospect that you think, okay, yeah, you'll come back next year, but not.
Wow.
Nope.
So they knew that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened in 2022?
All this
the lawsuit.
Yeah.
The lawsuit. Carter. I think we're good with Carter Hart because he was 20.
Okay.
He is only 25 now.
Under 21 tournament, not under 18. That's right.
Yeah. So how old is Cal Foot? Is 25.
Okay.
So they might.
They're both going to jail.
Oh, this is being slow. Anyways, I don't want to type in their names. Let's. Okay.
What's that? Sorry.
McLeod is, how old is he? 25.
Jail.
Okay.
All right.
Jail.
Yeah,
sorry, this is crashing on me. I appreciate it.
Allegedly. we gotta cover our asses too. Allegedly.
Nah. Allegedly. Yeah, what's next?
I mean, how long is this gonna take? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, are we looking at months? Are we looking at years? Like, is this thing handled before the start of next season?
Do we officially get their names?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100% we're going to get their names. As long as, I mean, what did we just check? 4 out of the 5, and they were all at least 19 when it happens. So, yeah.
Do you think any of them are going to come out before anything official is released from like the London police?
You can't
say, shut your mouth.
You can't say nothing. There's nothing you can say to make this better. So your best bet is to just shut the fuck up and just, let the lawyers talk.
Just I acknowledge the speculation. I just want to confirm that yes, I have been asked to report to.
No,
not a fucking word.
If I'm
all of
lawyer,
my social media is gone.
Yeah,
and I am shutting the fuck up. Like, you can't make this better by talking. You only make it worse.
Okay, are we going to see any of them on an NHL roster?
No,
never.
Like ever again?
I mean, you like this. This is a huge scandal. On NHL roster, no, they'll probably end up in Europe, but I don't think
KHL.
Yeah, or the KHL. Yeah, I don't know how badly you want to go to Russia these days, but
these guys probably.
If it's the only option.
I'm very fascinated by this. Like when the connection was made of the release, like the London police have asked for the 5 players to surrender, and Carter Hart asked for a leave of absence. Yeah. Like when that started to come together, I've now been obsessively following this story.
So you said February 5th is when they're gonna have the press conference?
Yeah, supposedly.
Eesh. Like that's 2 weeks.
Well, because I think I read the couple days ago when that first release was made by the London police, they had a certain amount of time for these guys to all surrender.
Right.
So maybe that's like the deadline that they gave them.
You think any of them? Do you think any of them get in a white Ford Bronco and try to run away?
No.
Because let's face it, in Canada,
gas. You need something better on gas.
That's true, especially this day and age. Maybe they'll do it in a Tesla so they can just charge.
Boy. Well, we were making jokes about Edmonton because Corey Perry signed with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a prognostic. We've had so many prognostications
already. It's crazy.
Happen already. It's been nuts. Belichick retiring.
He's not retired.
Oh no, he didn't officially retire. Him leaving New England.
Yeah.
Harbaugh signing with the Chargers,
which just happened.
Which just happened. I heard the rumors that it was imminent this morning. Corey Perry, we were trying to predict where he'd go. Like, just the fact that we found out a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Edmonton? Why do you think they need Corey Perry?
Didn't they just rip off 14 wins in a row?
Yeah, but that wasn't without Corey Perry.
Right.
That was before Corey Perry.
That's my point. It doesn't seem like they need any help.
No.
And we're not I'm not saying what the fuck Edmonton because Corey Perry supposedly, I still think something shitty happened and this is the cover up. Supposedly has substance abuse issues.
So the rumor or the almost substantiated rumors I've heard are that he got drunk and made a pass at an NBC person, like a high up NBC person. So that's the rumor. So I mean, as fun as it was with the Connor Bedard's mom thing, as fun and funny as that is, the truth is that he got drunk and made a pass at one of the main broadcast partners, higher ups. That's a big no. And if you're Chicago, any other team in the league might have just gave him a leave and blah, blah, blah. But if you're the Chicago Blackhawks, who've had all kinds of sexual deviant problems.
And apparently another one coming up.
You don't want any of that anywhere near your team, so you just get rid of it.
You don't want that smoke.
And so I understand it. And again, this isn't me saying, hey, Corey Perry should be on another team, because Corey Perry's a piece of shit on the ice. I don't care about off the ice. He's a piece of shit on the ice. So again, what he did was awful, but not.
Well, that's why I'm not saying what he did, because let's use Evander Kane,
right?
Also signed by the Oilers as an interesting case study. He was shitty supposedly and had a gambling problem
and lied about getting vaxxed.
Oh yeah. Was still young and still a good player with decent upside. Corey Perry is old and bad.
He's still got decent upside though. He does.
For like
I
the
hate
year?
admitting it. But he does. He's still a gritty guy. He can still play.
But does Edmonton need him?
Edmonton needs grit.
Edmonton needs defense.
Edmonton needs defense and a
And a
goaltender.
goalie.
Maybe he'll recruit a goalie. I don't know.
Maybe. It's just such
Maybe
a
they're
weird
gonna
move.
put him in net.
Such a weird move for such a negative PR.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess like with the Vander Kane, they're like, whatever, who cares? Go away.
They don't care. And that's the thing. They don't care.
Is he going to be good? And maybe his wife is like, yes, please. Like Edmonton is a way less sexy city than Chicago is.
I bet there's still hot girls in Edmonton. I'm just going to throw it out there. There's hot girls everywhere.
Like two. Like, but Edmonton, now granted, I have not been to Edmonton since I was young.
Yeah.
But I've been to Calgary.
Yeah.
And I like Chicago's like a sexier city. I don't mean like the people are better looking.
I know.
I mean but they are.
Yeah.
But like the vibe of the city is more fun.
Right. Edmonton
Have
is
you not been to the West Edmonton Mall?
Yeah.
It's terrible. That mall is awful. Like it's such a way. Like it's just a big mall. Like there's nothing special.
That's
what
what
really big mall.
I've told you guys. Like Dave and I have been to Minneapolis now a couple times, and both times Dave's like, "Do you want to go to the Mall of America?" And I was like, "But it's no, because it's just
a mall.
It's just a mall.
Yeah.
It's just big.
Yeah.
Just a big old mall. Just instead of having one Gap, they have two.
Right.
But you have amusement rides inside.
But I just go to an amusement. I go to an amusement park for that.
West Edmonton Mall, the amusement park is separate from the mall. Like it's not in the mall. It's like adjacent.
I remember the pool. There was a pool in the mall, right?
There is a pool in the mall, yes. But
it's like a wave pool. Like that was fun. But then it was like you do it once and you're like, okay, I've now been in a pool in a mall. It's the same as being in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
A public pool.
Do you remember when they used to have the skate? Mark, do you remember this? They used to have a skating rink in the upstairs part of Jackson Square.
Oh my God, I do. I totally forgot about it. You're right. Holy shit.
It was the coolest fucking thing.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah,
Holy
you're welcome.
God.
You had a skating rink in your mall?
In Jackson Square, yeah. Jackson Square is it's a interesting mall.
I don't know what you're saying when you're saying that word.
Jackson.
I don't know where Jackson Square
Next
is.
time you come to Hamilton,
it's right.
It's up the street from.
Yeah, right up the street from Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Yeah.
It's the mall right there in the middle of the city. And it's only open until 6 p.m.
I went to a very bizarre strip mall.
Okay.
When I was visiting your fair city.
What do you know where?
No, but it had.
What store did you go to?
I went to a Kitchen Stuff Plus.
Okay.
There was also a Home Sense there that you got to like from the outside.
Oh,
it was a strip mall, but you could go in, and there were stores on the inside
it was
too.
Eastgate. That was Eastgate you went to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the back end. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was. I didn't like it there.
It's like the teen pregnancy mall.
Yeah, it seemed it really had that vibe. I like.
It used to be Center Mall, but then the mall shut.
Yeah, now it's not a mall anymore.
Yeah.
I like where you guys live much better.
Yeah. So do we.
So would this be like what you guys up the mountain are like, ooh, down the mountain people? You mean the people at the Eastgate Mall?
Yes.
Yeah. Center Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Should we move on to the football?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Because I feel I felt Mark's stress. But that could have been me projecting.
Did I send you guys the meme of the guy all covered in sweat? It's never a doubt.
Because I said to Dave, mostly as a joke, because Dave was out somewhere that day, some work thing, I think. Was this on Saturday night?
It was.
It was, yeah.
Dave went to UFC. That's where he was. Dave went to a UFC fight.
Ooh. With Bo Bichette?
And yeah,
was he also chanting "fuck Trudeau" with the crowd?
No, he was very weirded out by that. So he was in a box because he's fancy. Some vendor took him. So he was like having lobster tail, and
Ooh.
we checked his fit before he left because what he was going to wear was not box worthy.
Yeah.
But he's so
Sorry.
fucking old.
Could you say that sentence one more time?
His outfit was not box worthy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dave is so old that he was like, oh, I don't want to stay out too late. Like he was thinking about driving, and I was like, Dave, you don't drive. Take an Uber. I just want to be able to get out of there and get home. When I told him that the title fight didn't start
like midnight
until midnight, he was very upset.
Yeah.
That's way past my bedtime. Oh.
So he did not end up staying for the title fight.
Oh, wow.
Which apparently didn't end up starting until 1:30 in the morning.
What?
And came down to decision, so it wasn't even like a short fight.
So it went the full distance. How many rounds they do? They do 5? Oh.
I bet on the guy that didn't give the homophobic press conference. Just for spite.
Who won? Did he lost, right?
The openly homophobic. I say openly because it's UFC. I'm certain the other guy is also homophobic. He just didn't have a press conference about it.
So questions and started ranting about trans and shit.
Yeah, I think Strickland said if his son comes out, he will have failed as a man and a father. If his son is gay, hates Trudeau, openly hates Canada. Doesn't like any of our restrictions.
The gay and that whole community is the enemy of the people.
Yeah. So I bet against that guy.
And you won money.
Karma.
Just for spite. Did make money.
Karma wins.
Reports from the box. Dave said quite boring.
Really?
Because it's a lot of like.
Yeah.
Because fights can go for a long time and be boring. They can be over in 2 seconds. He said there's like lots of waiting around.
Yeah.
It is an invitation I would have declined, I think. Would you guys go?
I would have gone for the food and just had someone turn on the football game.
I would go to UFC for free. Like if someone says, "Hey, I got tickets, let's go." I'll go, but I would never pay money for that.
Yeah.
So I've been to TFC games. Because I had been given a ticket and I've said, okay, I will go with this free ticket. Although, good friend of the podcast, Gabe, won the TFC lottery to be able to buy Messi tickets.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I might pay for that.
Yeah.
If he would offer me one of the tickets.
Right.
I forget how many he's able to buy. But he's like, if I'm able to buy extras, like I would offer you one. I was like, I might pay to see a soccer game because of that.
I mean,
I don't even really care. It's just one of those, like, how do you It's like, how do you turn down this opportunity? I don't really care, but this is one of the best athletes, period,
in the history of athletes
in the world.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, I was thinking about you, Mark, as Dave was sitting in the box, and I texted Dave semi-jokingly, this is going to be the upset of the century. And then when they got up, I was like, oh no, I didn't mean it. Oh no, oh no.
Can we all agree, by the way, San Francisco -10 was insane?
I mean, if I'd known that there was rain involved, I would have taken the Packers to cover because rain and Purdy don't mix well.
Right.
Yeah. I think it was the elements that
made
it.
What's the weather forecast for this Sunday looking like, Mark? There you go.
70 degrees.
Okay, so Mark, the Green Bay San Francisco game, were you ever, and be honest, worried?
I wasn't worried because Paul, who I was watching the game with, was up and down all game. As soon as they were down, we're losing this game. We're losing this game. And then as soon as we go up, see, we got this. We got this. And then Green Bay scores. We're losing the game. And out of spite, every time that the Niners hit plus money, I bet on them to win.
Nice.
And I hit that plus 400 at the end because going to the fourth quarter, they had that stat. Kyle Shanahan teams, when losing by more than 7 points, they were 0-30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I bet $25. Here we go.
There you go.
So truly, you were never worried.
Like slightly, but If Paul wasn't there to be so up and down, maybe I would have been worried. But I was just so angry at him for just being.
You would have been more in your own feelings.
Yeah.
You're like, chill the fuck out, man. You got to tell him when you're watching that team to remember that it's not the Ticats.
Yeah.
Because that was we haven't really. I'm just looking at the bracket. Had the Cinderella story. And so I was like, oh, the Packers will be that team. And like, again, the deliciousness for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
What a joy that would have been. But, at the end of the day, the correct team won. And the Packers and Jordan Love can be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We did a great job.
They're great. Jordan Love is the real deal. Like, that's what we've learned is
they will continue to be contenders. Jordan Love's the real deal.
And just like Brett Favre, you can count on him to throw that pass across his body right to the other team. Like, oh man, that was the worst throw. What are you thinking?
Yeah. On first down, too, with 50 seconds, and you have 2 timeouts left.
Like, relax.
Well, the kicker kickered it too, right? Like they could have tied it, and same as
it would have been up by 7 had he made that kick.
Same as the Buffalo game, which we'll get to. Like that could have. Can't pin it all on that interception at the end. But was it you guys that sent that tweet that was like how crushing it is for Vikings fans to go from Favre to Rodgers to Love, and then they got like Bradford and
like 12 names at quarterback for the Vikings.
And then and also Favre.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk Detroit, Tampa Bay. I'm very I'm happy with that outcome because I don't want anyone in the state of Florida to have anything nice. I love Dan Campbell. I like this comeback story for Jared Goff, and they're a good team.
Yeah.
They're a great team. So Detroit and San Francisco will now face each other. I know who Mark's picking. Chris, are you picking against the favorite?
To me, it all lands on Debo.
Yeah.
If Debo's in the game, it's no doubt.
You're not worried about Goff outdoors and his stats?
No. I mean,
back in California.
I mean, listen,
maybe some PTSD.
Like I said, if Debo, I'm not saying that if Debo isn't in the game that they lose. I'm just saying if Debo's in the game, they're winning.
They win for sure.
They win for sure.
For sure.
And if Debo's not in the game, then it could go either way.
I would say the game last week, San Francisco looked like they could be beatable.
That's right.
I don't think Detroit's the team that's going to beat them, though.
That's a good way to put it. For sure.
Like I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Cruising on into a Super Bowl. Other side of the bracket, Baltimore, Houston. I was hoping that would be a bit closer.
Yeah.
It was at half. I mean, Houston had a chance to go up 13-10 and then missed the field goal.
Poor kickers.
In the second half, the defense and running game just took over for Baltimore.
Yeah.
The kickers in the Detroit Tampa Bay game must be like, thank God. Thank God. Like at least it can't be our fault.
Yeah.
So Baltimore is on their way, giving more credence to Lamar Jackson's MVP numbers.
I still think it was the defense and running game that won that
MVP.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
He did not have a ton to do with that. Running, he had his legs going.
Touchdowns and threw for 150 yards.
Well, sounds like MVP numbers to me.
And then the super fun, Jesus Christ, I can't imagine what it is like to be a part of your franchise, Kansas City Buffalo Bills game.
So first of all, can we just say that Jason Kelce is a fucking treasure?
Yes.
Like the videos of him outside the stadium drinking with Bills Mafia. He's in the box with his shirt off with fucking Zach Collaros.
And apparently, that actually was Zach Collaros?
Yeah, 100%. They were roommates. They were roommates in college, the three of them.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Just hanging with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And apparently, this was Jason Kelce's first time meeting Taylor Swift.
Right. Yes, that is true.
And that it is like he's just so don't give a shit.
He jumped out the window and he grabbed a little girl who had a sign, and took the little girl over to see Taylor. Like, this is a great dude. This is just a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
And there's clips from the podcast from this week with Travis Kelce, and they're talking about it. And he's like, "Oh, I told my wife what I was doing, and she told me not to." And I said, "I'm not asking. This is happening.
What's happening. Yeah,
this is what's happening." And was fine with this being the first time he met Taylor Swift, because apparently he blacked out drunk the first time he met his wife.
Mm-hmm.
That
seems on brand for the Kelce boys. That's
this is
what it sounds like. So
that was fun. Is Buffalo being added to our list of most difficult franchises to be a fan of?
I mean, like, I don't know what. So first of all, if he hits that field goal, Mahomes has a minute 55. Like, I'm still not sold that they don't go down the field and score a touchdown and win the game.
He did it with less time last time.
He did it, and it came up on my Facebook memories today, because it was 2 years ago today that happened.
And he had 17 seconds.
Or 13.
Was it 13?
13.
Yeah.
And listen, this isn't on Josh Allen. I don't think Josh Allen could have played a better game.
He played great.
I don't know what I think it's Kansas City is too good. I think if you put Josh Allen in the NFC, if you take the Bills and put them in the NFC where they don't have to go up against Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl, they'd have been in a Super Bowl by now.
Probably.
I think the problem is that Mahomes and
like Jordan version of the 90s. It's like
it's like
they're so good. Mahomes and
Mahomes' entire career, 6 years starting, all 6 years, championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year. This is the first time he'll be on the road for one. The first 5 he hosted.
It's insane.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. It was almost 2 minutes left. They could have scored.
There is no doubt in my mind that they would have went down the field and scored. There's no doubt in my mind. But
and all they needed was a field goal too. It didn't even touchdown.
Yeah. So does that make it better as a Buffalo fan?
No.
Is there,
because wide right happened again.
Yeah.
Is there a team that is more heartbreaking?
In football?
In football, okay. In football, no, probably not, right?
I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan, it's got to be pretty. Yeah, but I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're just delusional. So,
but Cowboys fans also have Super Bowls that they've won.
That's
before,
true.
Even though it's been like 30 years since the last one.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Buffalo went to 4 in a row. That's pretty fucking impressive.
A record.
Buffalo's never won, right? Never, ever, ever.
No.
4 straight.
4 straight.
Remember, football. Their name got changed to an acronym. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
I never heard that before.
You never heard that?
No,
oh my god.
Oh, poor Josh Allen. I feel so bad for him because I genuinely love watching Josh Allen play football.
I feel bad for a guy like Stephon Diggs too, who was like,
I don't.
Okay,
I don't catch that fucking ball. Catch that fucking ball. It's in your hands. It's your only job.
You're
meant in general.
The highest paid player on your team, receiver wise.
Catch the ball.
With one job.
You know what?
I guess he has this money to drown his tears.
You're gonna be a drama queen and all this shit.
And then
get off the team. Get off the team.
Oh, he's not back.
Not a chance.
No.
He's not a free agent, right? I think does he still have another year?
I'm not sure.
Might one more year.
Yeah.
But if I'm Buffalo, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Does it feel a bit like, I guess, because maybe I just feel bad for flashy, awesome, talented wide receivers from Minnesota that just stay in Minnesota. I was like, you go be free, Stephon Diggs. Like, go win with a team that isn't the Minnesota Vikings, because they won't win with you in your prime years.
Right.
Go fly, little bird. And then thought he had a chance in Buffalo, and then nope.
The Von Miller stats were pretty interesting too for the season.
How many abuse allegations he had against him?
No,
or?
no, we're not talking about that. What was it? It was
okay.
He had like
2.98 million per tackle.
Yeah, he had 5 tackles for the whole season, and $2.98 million per tackle.
I just want to know how he's getting away with the legal trouble stuff, and no one seems to care
because he's
much.
denied it, and they're waiting for evidence.
Yes.
So
there's been like nothing.
Right. So maybe it's all bullshit.
Eh.
And then I can wear my jersey again.
Yes. Real choice, though. Baltimore v. Kansas City, then, guys.
I mean,
a 1 versus a 3 and a 1 versus a 3 on both sides of the bracket.
Logic in my brain says no one's beating Mahomes. I can't see Lamar and I just can't see it.
Because Baltimore also looked beatable?
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City did not.
No, because the thing is at the beginning of the game, I thought early on Kansas City looked flat, and then as the game went on, they just kept having answers. And
but
so I'm just like
you're both right about like they probably would have scored anyways, because it wasn't like it was they scored exactly the amount of points they needed to score to win the game, and then focused on defense.
Yep. And I think it's going to be the same thing against Baltimore, where maybe they come out flat, or maybe Baltimore surprises them at the beginning, or maybe it doesn't matter. It's Kansas City; they're gonna figure shit out.
I guess in my early days of pro line, my dad always said when I'd ask him for picks, sometimes never bet against a Manning, and never bet against Tom Brady.
And now we're in the never bet against Mahomes.
Never bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid
this time.
Yeah,
this person has an actual defense. But he still has no wide receiver, so it's kind of like
we are seeing red on red. We think in the bowl.
Well, not according to the logo.
Not the logo, yeah.
The logo leads us to believe that it's going to be Baltimore, but I don't know how much stock I put in that whole logo thing.
What?
The logo colors.
The last 2 Super Bowls had the colors of the actual
teams that were in the game.
Yeah.
And this year's logo is purple and red.
Was the winning team, and the bottom color was the losing team, or the other way? I can't remember.
Oh.
And then they released the colors for next year's Super Bowl, and it's purple and green. So it's either.
But then they made an alternate one this year.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah.
So Minnesota versus Seattle.
Well, it can't be Seattle because they're in the same conference. But it could be Minnesota versus the Jets. Or it could be the Ravens versus either the Eagles,
Packers,
Seahawks. There's another.
It wouldn't be Packers because
green
Hurts
team
already made the Super Bowl. He can't go again ever.
Who?
So it would be Hurts.
You said
so
Packers?
No,
I
said it wouldn't be
Eagles. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
Can you imagine if we live in a world where it's next year is the Jets versus the Vikings?
Oh, that would be amazing. Aaron Rodgers.
What a world.
Aaron Rodgers versus who's even going to be quarterback for the Vikings next year?
Supposedly Cousins might give a hometown discount.
Right.
It's food for me because we're going to our annual Super Bowl party where the food is themed. So, I mean, Kansas City is boring in terms of we get it. You go to Super Bowls a lot, but food wise, probably the best of the 4 that's left.
Yeah. Like, what does Baltimore have?
So San Francisco would obviously be like seafood, chowders. Yeah. I do like maybe Chinese food or something. Detroit, you do like Detroit style pizza.
Yeah.
Probably some fentanyl. A lot of Rev. Like, what's Detroit's food either? Ooh,
Little Caesars.
Oh yeah, those breadsticks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I do just crazy bread and be very, very happy. I
crazy
haven't had
bread
Little
and that crazy sauce is like
in so long. Hold on, famous.
You need to try. They have these little mini pizza puff things. They're fantastic. It's like $4 or $5 for 4 of them. And they're so good. I highly recommend.
Oh, it's Maryland, so it's crab.
Oh yeah, crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does.
I feel like Baltimore because it's not on the water.
Right.
I forgot that the state of Maryland is on the water. So what is Baltimore famous for? Crab cakes, crab dip, pan-fried crabs, Maryland crab soup, and crab stuffed shrimp.
So all crab.
The state food of Baltimore: steamed crabs, crab cakes,
Jesus
a chocolatey
Christ.
burger cookie, crab dip, orange crushes, black-eyed Susan, oysters, and snowballs.
Black-eyed Susan.
So if it's Baltimore, San Francisco, that could be a delicious seafood spread.
Yeah.
I can ask Dave if a bunch of his friends are allergic to everything. I hope one of them isn't allergic to like shellfish.
That just means more food for you.
That's true. I think they're
and make sure you got an EpiPen handy.
Yeah. They're good about my nut allergy, so I don't want to force my love of crab down their throat. Anyways, I'm excited for Sunday. I think those will be some good games.
Yes, I think so too. I'm excited for it.
Any other sports news you gentlemen wanted to talk about before I pass out?
Got a little treat for you guys.
Ooh.
I listened back to the football preview show that we did and tabulated our scores because we had separate.
Oh no! Oh no! All right.
This is not going to be anywhere near accurate. I'm certain.
I love it.
Actually, we hit some big ones. So for the AFC East, as you all remember, we had 3 predictions. There was the who's going to win the division, outlandish, and should have called it. So for the AFC East, only Chris and I had Buffalo winning. Taylor had the Jets.
Ha.
But Chris, also, don't forget, you had as your outlandish prediction as the Jets would make the playoffs.
Right.
And that you should have called it was the Jets also finished last. Because you wanted to make sure you're safe. And you missed on both of them.
You know what? I think to either of the outcomes that could have happened with Aaron Rodgers, I'm fine with either of them.
Yeah.
What happened to him or making the Super Bowl are the 2 outcomes I would have been satisfied with in terms of just insanity.
Yeah.
And so I'm still happy with how it went down.
For the AFC North, I gave Chris a point because I wanted to say it as well, but because he took it first. Watson sucking.
Yeah.
So I gave him a point for that.
Yeah.
Because he did suck.
He did suck.
He did. Sucks so bad they had to bring Flacco back.
Yeah. Off the couch.
Off his couch.
And for the AFC South, my outlandish of Taney being out as a starter happened.
Yeah.
Tay also had that prediction. And Chris nailed it with Jonathan Taylor staying in Indy.
Woo.
And then for the AFC West, we all had KC winning the division. Chris, you had Denver finishing second, which was so close.
I know.
They lost in a tiebreaker.
I know.
They tied.
After the year they had, the fact they still finished second is...
They were in the playoff hunt until those last 2 games.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And then both Tay and I had Russell being benched as one of our predictions.
Whoa, which did happen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then I also had Jimmy G being out as a starter with the Raiders as well.
There you go.
As my team called it. NFC East, we all got pretty much everything wrong except for Chris has one that's still in play. He said that the Commanders would go back to Redskins after this season, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. For the
it's...
AFC North, we all had Detroit winning.
Yeah.
I had Love would be okay and good. There would be no drop off. And then my should call it. I give myself half a point because Goff finished literally 50 yards off the league lead in passing yards.
Wow.
Oh wow.
You get a half. You get a half for that.
Yeah.
Who won?
Tua.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, with Tyreek Hill, right? So
yeah. How much is that? How much of that is yak?
Yeah. NFC South, we all just skipped together because, who cares about this division?
Mm-hmm.
Although I'll give Tay a point because she said the team who wins the division will not have more than 1 game above 500, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened.
But is that Tampa?
Yeah.
That was Tampa. Yeah, they finished.
They finished 9-8.
And the fact that they just just lost.
Yeah.
They won a game.
Yeah, they won a playoff game.
They won a playoff game.
They beat Philly.
Yeah,
like such a who gives a shit division, and they won a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. So I gave Tay a point for that. And now for the NFC West, we all had the Niners winning. Tay had the Rams finishing second, a close second, which I gave her a point for because they did finish 10-7, so 2 games off.
Yep.
So I gave you a point for that. Tay also said Purdy would be good all year.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
And Chris said CMC was going to be the best running back in the league. Gave him a point for that.
When I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah.
I feel like some easy, really shooting the broadside of a barn here with these calls. But, it's nice to be right sometimes.
Oh, there's some ones that we completely missed. Like Tay had Houston finishing with 0 wins.
Huh?
Oh,
they just won the division.
They won the division.
Yeah.
Won a playoff
I
game.
think I genuinely had no clue who their quarterback was. I think I thought they didn't have one.
Yeah.
Well, they got one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one now.
So final score, Chris, 7 with 1 potential with the Washington thing.
All right.
If that happens, Chris automatically wins.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll give him 2 points for that.
Perfect.
Because Tay has 8 points.
Oh.
Ooh. And I have 8.5.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So if I get the 2 points, I win.
You win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will give that to you. If the Washington football
before
team,
the start of the next season, they go
Redskins.
back
to the Redskins.
Yeah.
All right.
You get it.
Beautiful.
Well, gentlemen, I had 4 hours of sleep last night.
Well,
So I would love to turn in for the evening. Just one of those, those nights you can't go to sleep.
I fell
and then
asleep.
he finally fell asleep.
I fell asleep in this computer chair till 4 a.m. And I woke up and I was in my jeans and they dug into my balls.
Oh.
And it was so uncomfortable. I imagine that's why I woke up.
Yeah.
It was not good.
I just had one of those. I finally fell asleep at, let's say, midnight.
Yeah.
Woke up to pee at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really get back to sleep. Just started drifting off at 6 a.m. when Mom.
Isn't parenthood the best?
That was tough. Dave and I are pretty good about trading that stuff.
Yeah.
But Dave's been going into the office more, and I was working from home. And I was like, in theory, I can nap.
Yeah.
But then I realized I don't nap unless I'm close to death.
Right.
And so I laid down in the bed and then was like, this isn't happening. And then I just got up and decided to be productive with my day.
There you go.
Anyways, so that's why I'm going to go to bed.
I think you deserve it.
But thanks for listening. Cut out the stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where you made really bold claims on euthanizing your pets. And now no one will ever know.
Never.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.